There is nothing in this world sexier than a woman who does not need you, but she wants you. Let me cook for a second. Every grown man understands this. There is nothing sexier in this world than a woman that you know for a fact does not need you. She has her own. She's not a beggar. She's not with you for the amount of money that you have, but she's with you because your energy trumps everybody else. She wants you and she does not need you. That is the most attractive thing. And when we run across women who don't want a partner, who don't need us, it makes us want to empty out the bank account. It makes us want to give you gifts for no reason. I know you don't need it, but I had to do it for you because you like that. It makes my day to do it for you because you don't need it, so it's my pleasure to do it for you. There's no bigger turn on than a grown-ass woman who got her own shit.
I know for a lot of women, there's a tendency to wear black. And I'm not saying that, you know, if you wear black, you're gonna ruin your first date or that man won't find you attractive. No, I think that's unreasonable to make a statement like that. But I'm a firm believer that colors emit, not even believer, it's a fact. Colors emit energy. Colors can give off a certain signal. And so I've run this test with a lot of women where those who tend to wear very dark colors, black, gray, navy blue, all these things. And I tell them, listen, try to wear colorful clothes for this week. Let's see what happens. And it's never failed. They always come back saying they see a difference. They see a difference in how men are responding to them, how people are responding to them, but even better, how they feel themselves.
This is what really makes a girl attractive. It's not your ass, even though we love that. It's not your hoo-ha's, even though we love that. It's not even your face. It's not any physical feature. You wanna know what it is? It's your vibe. Any guy who chooses a woman on a 1 to 10 scale is going by his natural instincts. And most of the time, he's drunk. What a lot of guys don't understand is that you women have a huge role to play in our future. Whenever we come home from work, school, or wherever we're at, we want to come home to peace. And I get it. Life happens. Things are going to happen, but we don't want to come home to anything bad. You could be the most beautiful woman in the world, but if you make us feel like shit, we're going to move on and find someone else. If you're lively, energetic, and beautiful on the inside, just know that you are desirable. Don't take this the wrong way, and gentlemen, you're not off the hook. This goes for guys too.
Women are so strong, and men underestimate them so much. Imagine cramping once a month, bleeding, being an emotional roller coaster, crying at everything, not getting enough sleep. You're always tired. You have lower back problems. You have headaches, mood swings, trust issues because your ex broke your heart. But you still have to wake up, go to work, and go about your day like everything's okay. Worrying about your hair, your lashes, your nails, being on point with your hygiene. Being a woman is tough. It's tough.
And that characteristic is elegance. Now, the best way to define elegance is by sharing what elegance is not. So here's what not to do if you want to try to be elegant. If you're in public and you are acting a fool, creating just like so much attention that is drawn towards you, and like in a weird way, this is not elegant. Guys do not want all the attention just like drawn towards like their crazy acting girlfriend. There's a difference between like being cool and having fun and just being like a straight up nut job. So yeah, like avoid just like being an absolute like foolish person in public because like it's just not elegant. No guy's gonna want to be able to take you in public. Now, secondly, if you got it, and a lot of you girls got it, like you know you got it. You walk by the mirror and you do like the double look because like you know you got it. The best thing that men love is when like they know that their girl knows that they got it, but they don't need to like show that they got it in the most like egregious way. And I don't care, you girls are gonna come at me for this and be like, oh, like you're insecure. But like it has nothing to do with that. If you know you got it, but it's like a little bit more subtle, that is elegance. And if you're wondering what is like men's favorite, just search up on Pinterest like old money aesthetic girls. That type of like girl outfit aesthetic is what like us guys who are actually going to treat you right and properly in the way you want to be treated. That is the exact aesthetic that we are all looking for. These like Halloween looking costumes that some people roll up to restaurants and nightclubs with is just like, it is not elegance and it's not what any guy is looking for their girlfriend to wear.
The first one, I want you to ignore him, like dead serious. I know you're going to say ignore him. Okay, this sounds like really toxic information. Are you trying to teach us to be toxic? Just wait a second. I'll explain what I mean because you can do two things at once. You can ignore him while also not being a toxic person. I'm referring to ignoring his calls, his texts, his DMs, his sending you TikTok videos, his sending you Instagram reels, him sending you Snapchats. No. You ignore all of that. Why? Because none of that benefits you. Men are going to be the most attracted to the girls who are not speaking to them. What I mean by that is the more you are speaking to the man, the less attractive you become because the more attainable you become. And I know you finally want to be the one getting treated like the dream girl. But the reality of it is, the dream girl is a dream girl because she's unattainable. Because we love, as men, doing all the work of trying to convince her to want to be with us, want to speak to us, want to be around us, want to be our girl. And while guys might say, I don't like girls that play hard to get. That's stupid. That's toxic. I don't have time for that. I want you to just tell me exactly how you feel and just blurt it all out and just lay it right on there on the table. See, that's the trick. When they don't want to have to do the deciphering because they know it can be a very addictive process trying to figure out, does she like me? Does she want me? How does she feel about me, right? And men don't want to fall into that trap with you. They actually want you to make it easy for him and easy for him to not be so attached and invested in you. And if you lay all your cards out on the table, tell him exactly how you feel, it will make it very easy for him to not be confused and not have to feel so invested in you and trying to figure you out. But the thing about it is, even though he might say he wants that, the sad part for you is you become the most uninteresting girl to him. And then he ends up chasing after the girl who embodies everything that he told you he didn't want. You're going to squeeze the life out of any form of communication he has with you that is not taking you out on a date and seeing you in real life. Why? Because that is the hardest thing to do, okay, for the guys, and because it requires being intentional, it requires scheduling. It's going to be very painful for him, but the process of it being very painful for him is what's going to make him go crazy for you.
A man gets hooked on you when you are a little mischievous. Yes, he likes the nice girl, but he remembers the bad girl. Show him you got a little of both. Tease him. Pull a prank on him. Tell him a joke. Let him see that you're not just nice, you can be naughty too. That will get him hooked on you.
The man who is genuine about being with you, the man who has real serious intentions, okay? He wants you to express yourself. He wants you to be forthcoming. He wants you to be transparent. And it's for various reasons. One, a man who loves you wants to be on the same page as you. And you being willing to express yourself allows there to be more clarity in the relationship.
Things that most men love, but they will not admit. All right. They may love these things, but they're going to keep a secret from you. So listen up. Number one, we love it when you send like pics, random pics of yourself smiling or saying, just thinking about you, thought I would send this. You know what I mean? Because I'm thinking about you, can't wait to see you, whatever. Listen, when you do that, that means that lets us know that you genuinely thinking about us and you caring about us. You can't wait to see us. Like you are showing significant interest. Men like to be shown significant interest from the woman that they seeing. Number two, when you run up to us and, like you run up to us like you ain't seen us in like years, you know what I mean? Like even though you just seen us a few days ago, but you run up to us and you happy, you give us a hug, this and that. Like, we love that feeling of affection. And number three, we love it when you wear our clothes. Like, you know what I mean? You wear oversized shirts or a t-shirt, hoodie that we gave you, whatever like that. Like, we love that. That means that, you like to hold things that are ours to feel like you a part of us. You know what I mean? We feel like we a part of you. If it's a relationship situation.
Here's some non-sexual things that will attract the right man to you. Number one, intelligence. Number two, having class. Number three, not being influenced, having your own identity. Number four, being hospitable. And number five, a woman that knows how to speak life into a man.
3 qualities men find attractive. Number one, a woman who knows her self-worth. I'm not talking about a woman who's overly arrogant. I'm not talking about a woman who is it's not about sharing themselves with somebody, but I'm talking about someone who has a standard and says that, you know what, this is what I'm worth, and I know what I'm worth, and I don't have to fight you for that self-worth. Number two, she has strong boundaries, but she expresses them in a feminine way. What I'm talking about in a feminine way, she's not arguing with you about everything. She's not saying, oh, you disrespected me. She simply said, I find that disrespectful, and the truth is I cannot tolerate it. That goes a lot further than you argue, oh, you disrespected me, bump you, fuck you, and all of that. That's not feminine. And you're not going to get anywhere with that. Number three, she exudes confidence and expresses what she desires. She doesn't hide it. She doesn't hide it, keep it to herself and expect him to figure it out. She's okay with who she is and exuding that confidence and says, here's what I'd like to happen.
I believe attraction matters. I believe trying to have a romantic relationship without physical attraction is asking for trouble. However, we don't want to put it on such a high of a pedestal to where we will now become blind to the other issues that they are presenting. You've got to still be aware of the person that you're dealing with, and when you see the issues, you see the red flags, you address them. If they can't be corrected, you keep it moving.
When a man loves a woman, he's fascinated with that woman. I'm fascinated. I'm fascinated with how you think. I'm fascinated with how you dress. I'm fascinated with how you carry yourself, your touch, your smell, all of that. So if you don't feel like that around your man, especially early, like in the honeymoon stage, if you don't feel that way around that man, you don't feel like that man really values you being there like that, it's because he doesn't. That man has a use for you. You are a utility to him. Because when you're a priority, you're going to feel the fascination. You're going to feel him grabbing your hand when y'all on the sidewalk. You're going to feel him, pulling you on the inside of the sidewalk so, you don't get hit by a car, opening doors and making sure your chair pushed all the way in and things of that nature. Like, you're going to feel that fascination that man has with you when he really cares about you. But there's a lot of women in situations to where there is no fascination. There's barely any interest. Like, there's no consistency, there's no anything, and she's there trying to prove her worth to the man.
Things girls do that turn all guys on. All right, you girls know what I'm talking about, but like when we're walking past each other and we almost bump into each other and you guys just take your hands and put it on our stomach, like, that is so hot. Next up is back rubs, back scratches, massages, or any kind of massage you can think of. It is so hot. Next up is goofy girls. Goofy girls just have like the best vibe, and when they're laughing uncontrollably, it just makes us feel happy and like that they're being comfortable with us. Next up is when girls smell good. Like some of your guys' perfume, it smells like heaven, and it just hits so different. All right, when we're Snapchatting and you double Snapchat us, like, girls think they're being annoying. You are not being annoying. We honestly love that. When we're FaceTiming and you don't put us on pause, because we want to see you. We don't want to be on pause. It just makes us feel like you're not giving us your full attention. But when you do, man, we love that. Last but not least, when you and a girl are like joking around and you say shut up and she says make me.
All right, ladies, I'm going to tell you guys what men never grow tired of hearing and what can arouse a man to the max. Thing number one, you can do it. It's nothing like somebody that believes that we're capable of achieving what we set our minds to. I'm so proud of you. Oh man, that's like music to a man's ears to know that what he set out to do, you acknowledge it and you're happy for him. Thing number three, I love you. Man, we love hearing our woman tell us that she loves us. It's nothing better than hearing that. I miss you or I missed you is such a good feeling when you got your woman letting you know while you were away, she was thinking of you and she wanted you to return to her. The $1 million one, I appreciate you. That phrase right there will keep a man going. It will fill a man's tank up to do whatever you want him to do.
You don't understand that you got to be the best version of yourself. So what I'm about to tell you, it's not going to require you to bend over backwards or get on your back or you be a slave over a man or chase after him. I told you before, that's how you gonna lose your crown anyways. I'm gonna be honest here. Like, ain't none of that stuff really made a man fall in love with you or made him stay. Because the man falling in love with you has more to do with who you inspire him to be. Man falling in love with you has less to do with what you do for him or what you do to him, and it has more to do with who you are as a person. The number one way it's gonna be easy. It's to become your best version of yourself. It's to love yourself. So many women think that if a man mistreats them or put them through pain, cheat, verbally abuse them, manipulate them, then one day he's gonna wake up and choose them and love them. But really that man ends up despising you because he sees you as a weak woman. And yes, it's immature because, you know, he did a lot of that damage to break you or hurt you. But he doesn't feel bad enough to leave you or change his behavior. So what I'm about to express to you, some of this stuff is in my books, Uncut Dominant and Hidden Gem. If you haven't got that book bundle, I encourage you to do so. But just a quick example while we're here on what holding him accountable looks like. If he wants to ever raise his voice at you, you can easily say, hey, listen, I don't know who you think you're talking to, but if you cuss at me again, I'm leaving. You think I'm playing? Try me again right now. Or even if something so small that I'm gonna call you at 9 o'clock, or I'm gonna take you on a date, and he doesn't do it when he said he was gonna do it, and he didn't give you any confirmation that he couldn't follow through with it. You simply just create a conversation with him and you say, hey, listen, I don't know what you got going on, but that's not okay with me. So let that be the first and the last time that happens. For most guys, you may wait 2 or 3 months to try it again. But you gotta understand this, that if it does happen again, you gotta stand on your business. Can't be out here emasculating them. I mean, you can, but it's just not gonna get the results that you're looking for. Don't think I'm talking about raising a man, but you gotta teach people how to treat you eventually. A lot of times with men, honestly, speak life into them. Like most women I coach, they always tell me how a man just shuts down or he doesn't speak up or, he's quiet. As men get older, there's no safe place for a man to show fear or for a man to be vulnerable. So if a woman can create emotional security for a man, he feels comfortable without judgment, maybe you can try this. Hey baby, I seen you been working on your business or you've been kind of distant. Like, how's that going? Like, what's wrong? What's going on? Like, what's your biggest fear about it? Talk to me. Like, in the realest way, just be honest with me. And he'll probably open up and he say, you know what, I'm stressed, I'm worried, I don't know if I could do it, or somewhere along the lines of, of him just getting his frustration out. If you can take that information and just speak life into his life, speak abundance, speak power. You see, the goal here is to attract a good man. It's to hold him accountable, it's to listen to him, it's to support him, it's to speak life into his life. Now, I know a lot of y'all have a lot of tolerance for trying to get a bad guy to be good for you. Listen to me. If he doesn't bring you peace of mind, then I believe that he don't deserve a piece of your mind. You can't be afraid to do what's best for you. Whatever that is.